Stocks with AJ, he's not your guru. He's just googling the same stuff so you don't have to.
Also, he's not SEBI registered because they said you need a finance degree, and apparently vibes aren't a qualification. This content is for education only, not an investment advice, and no buy or sell signals. Let's go!
Alright guys, I'm going to show you this real quick short trick that someone taught me on how to clearly select good momentum stocks with a clear volume growth. And as you guys know that we have been covering the Can Slim strategy on our channel, and in S there's something where all these super traders like William O'Neill and Mark Minervini in his SEPA strategy also talks about the volume growth. Like whenever they are selecting these high momentum stocks, they're looking at volume growth, or they don't even touch the stock, and the volume growth that they are looking at is around 40 to 50% of the 50-day average, and ideally even 100%. So in this video, we are just going to look at this little quick trick where we are able to clearly spot that growth in the volume. So what I'm basically doing out here is, suppose you have already a list, like a stock list out here, just place your stock list. And as you go selecting stocks, what I actually want you guys to do is basically in your volume panel, just select this button, which is going to maximize the window. Now out here, what I want you to do is take this vertical line, and basically every time you see a volume which is above 50% of the daily average, out here I can see a 50% growth. Here also I can see like a 50% growth somewhere out here and here too. And as I do it, I'm just going to then minimize the window, and I'm going to see how the pattern is reacting. So out here, the pattern was pretty clear, where a cup was being formed, a handle was formed, and then again there was a volume growth with a breakout. So this is a good pattern where you could have taken an entry in. An early entry would be somewhere out here where you're taking like a mid-cheat entry. So what is a mid-cheat, low-cheat? I've already spoken about this again on my channel. You can go look at these Minervini's 3 types of entry, which is the low-cheat, mid-cheat, and the pivot entry. Let's again maximize this window. Let's go again to this one. I've again marked out here the volume spurts, but this one is not as convincing as how we saw in the previous chart. So out here as well, one sec, we can just quickly look at it. So it is also forming a nice tightening base pattern out here. So it's a good pattern too. But for me, this volume isn't that convincing with these little red days which came in earlier. But still it is a good selection because the volume out here, you can see the average volume for 50-day was around 5.63 million. And then suddenly it's around 9.52. So it is a good play as well. But what I really do want is something clear as this, where we are looking at a weekly chart, and these sudden volume spurts which are coming in are, I think, more than 100%. And if I go into the daily ones, this is like a perfect scenario which you want, where, you know, if you zoom into this whole thing, you can see a nice volume dry up. These are the scenarios which you want, because you want that volume dry up. There's nothing happening. There's literally silence before the institutional footprints start shouting and screaming at you. So this is something which I actually played. The stock is called MTAR Tech. And again, I'm just plotting down the volumes out here on the daily time frame, and I'm just going to then zoom out. Out here again, as you guys can see, a simple cup pattern was being formed and it broke out of the base. We could have taken a trade out here. Again, the stock also then started moving in your direction, crossing the high, so you could have allocated as well out here. So you could have built your position size also out here. Let's go look at the weekly chart. So on the weekly chart also, you can see some kind of pattern which is being formed. If you saw my earlier videos, I told you that, you know, a cup pattern being formed, and then you can take a low cheat entries out here with tight stop losses. So this one is the one, the low cheat, mid cheat, and the pivot entry. So you could have seen out here some kind of confirmation. Here again, inside the cup pattern, you can also see a mini cup pattern being formed, where this is the cup, this is the handle, but this handle is too deep, and this is this volume spurt which happened out here. So this could be like a play which you could have also played out here. Out here again, you can also see one more pattern, which is, if you remove all these lines, then you can see also like an inverted head and shoulder being formed. This could be somewhere you could have taken an entry in with a minimal amount of stop loss. That's it. This is the trick. The trick is simple and really, really stupid, but it helps, which is just maximizing the window pane and looking at the volume growth clearly. So I hope you guys like this video. If you liked it, press and smash that like button. And also, if you guys are new out here, do subscribe. So yeah, see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.